Recording in progress. Welcome to the Cleaning Business Life podcast, the show where real life meets cleaning business success. I'm Shannon Miller, your host and cleaning business coach with over a decade of hands-on industry experience. That's 15 years for 2025. And I'm also joined by my incredible co-host, Jamie Runco. Together, we bring you real life stories from cleaning business owners and guests who have been in the trenches just like you. You'll leave with small, actionable steps that you can implement today to boost your profits and simplify your cleaning business and your life. If you're ready to turn your hustle into a thriving, sustainable business, you are in the right place. Let's dive in.
Structure, Scale, and Profit Cleaning Business Academy is the best investment that I made in my business. I truly feel that when it comes to being a business owner, anyone can start a business, but it's not easy to maintain that business. If you do not have structures in place, it will fall. Shannon Miller is a godsend. My business nearly ran itself, well, I nearly ran my business into the ground due to not knowing a lot of things, and thank God for Shannon because she was able to pull me out of the hole, and we are back on the road to recovery, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm so happy to be heading in the direction that we are. Thank you, Shannon.
Welcome. Welcome back.
Hi.
The stuff that we say to each other right before we go live is always interesting.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
I don't think I can Baby buggy bumper, baby seashells on the seashore.
Okay.
I used to actually live next to an opera singer when I lived in Long Beach, and every afternoon she was a professional opera singer, and you could hear her like,
Oh yeah.
with the arms up, and she would actually do it over the pool because she built a pool in her teeny tiny backyard, and the waterway, it would carry across the water, so it would.
Oh yeah.
On the other side, I didn't get it, but I happened to be over at the neighbor's house having a barbecue one time. I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. He goes, I love it. So the acoustics traveled across. It was interesting.
That's
You never know what people are going to do for a living, but opera singing was hers.
Yeah, no kidding. I like that. That's a pretty cool.
Today we are going to talk about the lack of customer service. We've witnessed, if you've participated with us throughout the week, we have witnessed. I believe, I don't know if they'll be able to recover. They've had, this is a metaphor. They've had a heart attack on the operating table, and I don't know if they can. What are those things? EKG, where they zap the body to kind of get the thing going again?
Oh,
what's
a defibrillator or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's an EKG, and they say hands off, and then they zap them. It's into every like medical drama out there. Everybody has the zapping scene with the defibrillator, and they rub them together.
Well, and what's really horrible, and so what we're talking about here is obviously Booking Koala which is a booking, obviously it's a booking platform. I was with them for a little while, maybe a week.
Service-based businesses, so that that's not just cleaners, mostly cleaners, but not just cleaners.
But there's a lot, and so I ended up staying in the group because I network with a lot of these people anyway.
I'm in there too. Yeah. I've contemplated.
Yeah, you have, right before this all happened. But now it's kind of like we're sitting back like, whoa, and watching.
It's like daytime soap opera.
Yeah, it's just we're getting the popcorn because the lack of customer service and what that can do to not only look what it's doing to their business, but it can also do it to your business.
Right.
If you don't get to this in a timely fashion and take your own ownership, not blaming
others.
Yeah. Take your own ownership, and have stuff in place so that this does not happen. And this is obviously there's nothing in place for
The,
them. Yeah,
there's
yeah.
nothing in place for a crisis, and there's nothing in place for customer service. It's
And,
people want
and
they
my
don't want
heart's
to be treated with
breaking.
indifference. And I know this is the mentality of a lot of our society right now, is that they just want the money and they don't want to do anything after the transaction's over. They're trying to make our industry into a fast food restaurant business model, and it's just not the case. When you're providing a service, which Booking Koala is technically a service, it's a product, but you're paying for service. And by the way, Get Jobber has done an excellent. They've grown, but there was a couple bumps in the road. That was a long, long time ago, and they owned it and said, "Yeah, oh my gosh, I gotta fix this."
Yeah.
But with Booking Koala, it was just the blatant silence, that they had in the sand. It was the indifference that they were treated with when they brought things to their attention, and it was the lack of communication and not knowing there was an end. And I get sometimes things happen, but to blame a competitor, to blame a contract.
Whether
What's going on, Shannon? My name is Mike. This is my brother Steve, and we own S&M Cleaning Solutions. And we just want to tell you thank you from the bottom of our hearts. The 30-day sprint was amazing, and you really helped out our company a lot. Thank you.
not.
Whether it was true or not, but to come out, nobody cares about those guys. They only care whether you're going to fix their problem. And if you're not listening to your customers, if you're not apologizing and you're not acknowledging, we're watching. I'm hoping them to be able to resuscitate, but it could happen that this could be the end of them, just by
Well,
how they treated so many people wrong. And not just in this country, they have international customers too.
and my heart has gone out. You got to understand, a lot of these people that are cleaners that own cleaning companies that use Booking, they're my very good friends. And it just
I've had private conversations and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't work for them. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah. It was just yeah. It made for a busy week for us because a lot of people came in and just was scared and just did not know what was going to happen, and how do we help them through this. And it's just we don't work for Booking Koala.
Right.
uh
And we did have the conversation earlier in the week, because we've discussed this all week long. And some of the best advice I've gotten from a mentor that I paid thousands of dollars to was being able, when the shit goes down, I know I've cursed in 3 episodes in a row now. When it goes down, you as a business owner need to look at the whole structure of what has happened, and you need to pivot. That is the imminent danger. My business could fail. We've watched, I don't know how many cleaning business owners not know what to do. And it goes back to what I've mentioned before. When the cash register goes down, nobody knows how to count cash. When your systems don't work, you have to old school it or pivot in a different direction with other software. But there was no sort of no offering from Booking Koala to try to say, hey, you can do it this way until we get this fixed. Their websites weren't working. It's now been 2 weeks. These people have not had websites. They're not able to book. They're not able to take payments, but you can still persevere. And you could, and yes, is it labor intensive? Yes. Is it inconvenience? Yes.
it's gonna
You have to
suck.
talk to the customers? Yes. But
You're
you
actually gonna have to
survived a lot longer, right? So I don't know what's going to happen to some of these cleaning business owners. I'm hoping they're able to recover and they've learned from this experience. But you have to be able to pivot. And it was a story about I'm not going to name the person of this mentor, but it was a story about when the economy went bad, and she actually, it was her mentor who explained to her that she needed a pivot. She didn't see the water under the bridge because she was too busy with her hands trying to put out the fire. And it was that person who told her, like, he said, hey, you got to pivot, or if you don't pivot, you're going to sink. And it happens. So if things are not running smoothly, because the cleaning business is all about systems, you need to have the 2 most important are your cleaning techs, acquiring cleaning techs, and picking up clients. Everything else is a system as well, but those are your two biggies. If you can't do one or the other, then you have to look at your system and figure out what's broken so that you can compensate for that until they either A, fix the software or you move on to a different software. I think a lot of people picked Booking Koala because of price.
Right.
We see that in the cleaning industry. They pick other cleaners for price. And
Exactly.
stuff like this happens.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I did. But whenever I start, and this is my own experience. This is it. It was too complicated for me to basically put together my whole system.
You shouldn't need a specialist to have software added into your website.
It was too, I'm not that person. That's not my forte. I'm good at, gaining clients. I'm good at sales.
Right.
So I went another route. I went with Jobber. And I'm sure I went to Maidly. I did,
I tried them all, launch 27.
House Call Pro launched. I've done them all, and I left Jobber for a second. Sorry, and I was like, no, this isn't for me. So I came back. Um, their customer service is for me top notch, and that's what kept me there. I I can overlook the price.
Cost of doing business.
It is, and it has made my life so much easier because all of it is just with the click of a button. Yes, it's a little bit more. I think the bottom tier is a little over hundred bucks,
120 now, I believe.
but once you see that and get your foot in that door and see the amount that it can help you with, it's okay.
It's just,
Yeah,
it's the
it,
beginner step for an automation process for you down in the
it is.
future.
It's
It's one of the first,
definitely
right after a bookkeeper, you should have a platform that has some sort of calendar system. Don't old school it like I used to and have to call
or
50
text
people a
everybody.
day. And, at the end of the day, after you've done all of these other things. So Booking Koala missed the mark on it. They didn't provide any customer service. They didn't offer any acknowledgement. They argued with people on their Facebook page and said
Belittled. I seen
not
some
nice things. I
belittled
was like, ouch.
your customer, and
Right?
clearly these customers were freaking out. And this is, if Jobber went down, yep, my cleaning techs would. I have stuff written down. It's not gone completely. There is still a system. There's still something in place for me to be
That you
able
can figure
to.
it out. Some of these
Yeah.
guys panicked and they're like, I operate in 4 states, and I could understand a schedule that big, but there should be some backup protocol that you have that you could more than likely, if you have regular recurring clients, can figure out, okay, Mrs. Smith is here, Mr. Manuner is over here. Where am I missing? And then you could start to Rolodex through where you're missing. And you should put out a notice, an email notice, even if your CRM is Booking Koala. I don't know if it has a CRM or not. You should have a backup system where you can load in all those people. And worst case scenario, if you haven't done that piece yet, you could post on your Facebook page. You could go to your website if it's up and post it there. Hey, we're having technical problems. I'm happy to answer the phone. Here is my number. Everybody in America has my phone number.
Yeah.
It's on my. I went to a cleaning business owner's Facebook page. No phone number listed whatsoever. I could not get a hold of this person. Very frustrating. Everybody has my number. I'm not afraid for anyone to have my number. I don't mind talking on the phone. It does not bother me. When I don't talk on the phone, someone else answers the phone for me.
I know. And I hear a lot of people, or not a lot, I hear some people, oh, I'm really just an introvert and really shy. I,
You in
I,
a human industry.
we're gonna have to try and break through that mold.
Right.
At the end of the day, we're chasing the money. And if you want the money that comes with this, you are going to have to become somewhat of an extrovert, and talk on the phone is being one of them.
Right.
And acknowledging that
Own it.
Own
Don't
it.
blame others. Oh, we got hacked by a competitor. I'm like, I can't believe they just said that.
I could not neither. What?
Right?
Really?
Just put the
That's,
blame on somebody else. This is why this happened.
and that's whether, if it's true, let it be. Just say, hey, we're having difficulties. We're
Right.
trying as fast as we can and keep up on it. Have somebody, obviously, there's not very many people working behind the scenes there because, they're just, I feel like, this is what this show is all about is customer service, and the customer service is super lacking in that area. Uh,
Right.
I think maybe only 2 or 3 people work the behind the scenes. I don't know if that's
They could
true
have
or not.
easily hired
Hi
on.
everybody, Shannon Miller here from Clean Freaks University. I am talking to all my fellow cleaning business owners. Earn your way to your first 100K within your first year by using the methods that I teach inside of the Pricing Blueprint Masterclass. It covers regular maintenance cleanings, top to bottom deluxe cleanings, and move out cleanings. See you there.
VA, I need you to man the phones. I need you to be on customer. I mean, if you don't have,
you
I mean,
over here.
$200 would have been like way easier than dealing with all the damage control that they're indirectly shooting themselves in their own feet by saying what they're saying because they're not empathetic. They don't seem concerned. There is no sense of urgency, and they could have told us all the juicy dirt at the end with an email. Oh my gosh, this is what happened. Thank you so much for sticking by me. I'm really sorry. Here is a credit. And by the way, we were hacked by a competitor, blanket statement. They didn't have to come out and keep bringing up, well, we were hacked. We were hacked. We were hacked. Nobody cares. They were
Yeah.
hacked. They just want you to fix their problem. They're not able to earn income. So,
No, and I posted a couple of times in there and I had some person, I won't call you out because asked me, well, why are you in this group if you're not a part of Booking Koala? And I told him a lot of these people are my friends.
right.
I've built relationships along the way, and they PM me. I just, so there was a lot of people that were frustrated and mad and just, it was such a, it's still going on right now.
It's 2 weeks in and it still hasn't been fixed.
And I'm just,
It's painful
and
to watch.
nothing. There's no timeliness. There's very little empathy. There's no empathy. There no clear communication. The professionalism of this whole situation has me just, and I'm sure left a really bad taste in people's mouths that have just signed on
Right.
just signed on with them. Oh, it just breaks my heart.
It's
And
again, there's room for improvement. If Booking Koala ever listens to this podcast, you put yourself in here. I'm not. This is like watching daytime soap opera. You could stop watching daytime soap opera, pick it up 6 months down the road, and it's still continuing on. It just the beat goes on. So I'm hoping you guys can pull it out. I'm hoping that you guys are rectifying whatever customer service issue you have. Maybe you hire a VA. Maybe you train yourselves to be customer service experts. But I was shocked that a provider, I believe Booking Koala is right around the jobber price per month. So if you have hundreds, I know hundreds of people in that group, and I know you know hundreds of people in that group. It's when you have, it's not just take the money and run. There has to be some sort of progress in place. Like for us, we all know that with one-time cleanings, you usually get a phone call. Hey, how was your cleaning? Right?
yeah,
If you're
yeah,
not doing the phone call, then you're leaving yourself open for, I found a hair in the tub. I can't believe you guys left it. Where if you call and they say, oh, there was a hair left in the tub. Oh my gosh, let me come back, right? It's
yeah.
that you're getting that opportunity to fix it right there. We talked the other day about, what happens when the cleaning tech is off for the week and the cleaning business owner struggled on what to do. So we kind of laid the groundwork for that. But with these guys, I don't know if it can be saved. I hope that it can. I hope that they learn from this experience and that they provide customer service going forward. It's clear they need to hire in somebody if they can't do it. That's what we do. We delegate to accountants, bookkeepers, web people, VAs for social media, VAs for this, VAs for that. We do a lot of those things that we only focus on the tasks that are making us money. You can't make money if your product doesn't work. So,
Right.
being sympathetic, apologizing, owning it. I can't tell you how many times we have seen, especially with large corporations, how many times have we seen blunders with United Airlines where the flight attendants have gone way over the top and made people do stupid things because they were angry at whatever, and then the
Right.
corporation has to come out and apologize. I'm like, you can't
On
punch.
national
Yeah,
TV.
it's on national TV. You can't
National
punch
TV.
customers and expect it not to be filmed. You can't tell little kids to take off their ventilators because they obviously need them. You can't tell people
I'm
that you
not
can't go to
laughing.
the bathroom because you're having a diabetic episode. These are and I'm laughing because it's so utterly ridiculous. There has to be some sort of empathetic equation quotient that you have that you understand. So you're not United Airlines is not teaching their employees who work for them how to deal with customer service. Now, I'm not talking the extreme other things where I've secretly told you to tell someone to screw off because they're just, they're not going to be a good customer to anybody. I'm
Yeah.
talking about genuine people who want to do business with you, are expecting a certain amount of decorum, and they're expecting customer service. If you make a mistake, even if you have 1099s, and I've had this happen, I'm not going to name you. If you have a 1099 that breaks something, you as the business owner need to own it. Don't blame
Yeah.
it on the 1099. It's your fault. You are the business owner.
Yeah. No, I had a glass shower door,
Right.
I had to pay for that. I mean, it wasn't me that cleaned it. And you didn't hear me say, oh, well, it wasn't me. Oh, it was such and such. Let me go ahead and I owned it. If there's some hair in the bathtub,
Mhm.
I don't say, oh, that's such and such.
She
No,
does it all the time.
yeah, yeah, I own it. And then I'm sorry. I'll be right over there to fix that.
Right. It's
Or
called
there's a cleaning,
accountability. Okay.
the cleaning tech is over there, whom I've trained and developed them to understand how to do customer service. They go over there and clean it if they're in the area. So
Mhm.
we own it. There's no there's no, oh yeah, that's what's her name?
Right. And
No,
this happens a lot with
do that.
software companies as well, is you can't the thing I love about GetJobber is there's still an 800 number to call the old-fashioned way, right?
Oh,
If you
and
can't
they're
get a
on it.
hold of them one way and the chatbot's not working, and 'cause they will actually customer service after the AI kicks in, their customer service is really easy to navigate. You don't have to use foreign words or other vocabulary words. It's boom, boom, boom. With Booking Koala, I believe you land on their page, there is no phone number. There is no chat bot. There is nothing on this thing. I'm like, what is going
Get a
on?
hold of anybody. And let me tell you, I also see on LinkedIn um all the time. Jobber is they do such a good job at hiring for specific parts, and it can be remote, but you're getting a hold of a live person and they developed so much um into training and developing their staff for
Right.
different areas. I never see Booking Koala on LinkedIn. So,
They're hiding out.
it's that's just food for thought
Right.
there. Kind of take that with the like, yeah, maybe she's right. Let me look into this a little more. So investigate that. But yeah, this was just, and like I said, it's still going. These people were dropping like flies, and some of these companies were multi-million dollar companies, mul running off of one platform, and they didn't know how to. One person said that they couldn't onboard some new hires. Uh,
I'm surprised that someone who does multi-million dollars has no backup plan. I no contingency plan whatsoever. You can't look at your phone for everything. You have to have real world experience to be able to facilitate making a decision. Again, I go back to counting cash. How many people, oh, let me get this out of here, do not know how to count cash? It's so frustrating. Remove. Sorry, we had to don't report. The AI showed up on the thing.
It popped in.
Right.
But seriously, yeah.
So yeah, there has to be a contingency plan. I hope the people who were affected by this Booking Koala blip have a backup plan and learn how to do stuff the old school method. Just because we have technology doesn't always make it convenient. Just because we have technology doesn't mean that we don't have to talk to humans. Just because we have technology, the technology part, the thing I love the most about technology is the steps to automation, because I've been doing this 15 years and I remember having to handwrite in a calendar, and I also remember having to physically call somebody. So I have that experience because I've been doing this a long time. But you should, if you run a large operation like that, you should be able to Rolodex in your mind and try to figure out, how can I still have my business happen, right? Not panic going, yeah, I don't know. It's just like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating for everyone to
Yeah,
watch.
it's and you know, some people in that group got a little angry at me for I don't know. I bet my heart, it's not geared towards you guys. It's geared to the lack of customer service that Booking Koala presented to you, the consumer.
Right.
This has nothing to do, I understand the frustration, and my heart just really goes out to a lot of these people and their businesses. So, um,
Me too. And Booking Koala, if you guys are listening, you deserve this. This is a spanking. This is a
yeah,
time out for mishandling your.
I almost wanted to cry for these people, and you guys just did not do anything to help ease their mind, except put your head in the sand and blame your
Mothers.
competitor.
Yeah.
And that's a no. That's a
So,
no.
as a cleaning business owner, and I'm gonna say this again, I'll probably say it until I'm blue in the face. If you provide any sort of customer service, it puts you ahead of the thousands of others in the industry who are not providing any customer service. Someone needs to be able to get a hold of you. You need to have your phone number on your website. You need to have your phone number on your Facebook page. You need to have your phone number on your LinkedIn. And if you don't want people calling you, get a second phone. Your mom can have the new number. Your mom's going to know how to get a hold of you, your husband or whoever.
Right.
So you have to provide some sort of customer service. You've heard me mention before how I worked at Nordy's, and it was legitimately, the employee handbook was a large postcard. On the front it said, "Welcome to Nordstrom's." On the back it said, "You make your best decisions." And that's it. So you had to do everything you could to make the right decision to make the customer happy. I'm not saying to give away the house. Things happen. And I'm
Right.
not saying about the people who are trying to take advantage of your insurance for fraud. I've seen a lot of that. We're going to have to talk about that at some point too. Um, I'm talking about just general customer. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention and not slamming me all over Facebook. You don't have to
Yeah,
say part, but that's what's going on in your head when you're like, "Thanks for bringing this to my attention."
exactly. Uh,
Acknowledge it. Okay, we blundered it. What can I do don't ask the customer, what can I do to fix it? Say, "Oh my gosh,
I'll
I
be right
want
there
someone
to,
back." Or how about $50 or a free oven cleaning? How about something that'll be of value that they can use later? Don't say, "What would you like me to do about it?" You have no idea.
right. Right. Don't put it off on the client
Yeah.
ever, ever.
Because if you give them the opportunity, they
Take
will
on.
ask for the moon and back. They'll say, "I want a full refund." I've had people who were not pleased because you dropped service because you weren't a good fit and then want a refund on the deep clean. I'm like, "Well, was there a problem with the deep clean?" "No, I just want a refund." It doesn't
Yeah.
work that way. You were perfectly
There's a
happy, but
time
now
and
that
a
you're not
place.
getting your way.
There's a time and a place whenever you offer them things, them sort of things. And man, if it's really bad like this, I would offer something, Booking Koala.
Right. I
Uh,
don't know. It's we're gonna hopefully not have to have another popcorn week.
all right, just it's already starting.
Right.
But we'll see what happens. And we'll keep you guys informed. But
Definitely.
that is what, you know, take this, this goes for inside of your own company as well. Customer services is just something that you absolutely have to have in order to have a great name out there and
Mhm.
have people continuously coming to you because you have excellent customer service.
It's part of your brand. People
Yes,
want the cleaning company that doesn't fix anything that goes wrong.
they even give awards out here for this. Excellent customer service,
Right.
listener's choice or whatever it's called. But I've seen it, you know. So I guess you know, I guess you get awards now for customer service, but this should just be
That's because there is
improvement.
none.
Yeah, this should just be. I just if you're gonna have a company, uh, and you want a great brand, this is all a part of it.
This is
And
part of the customer experience, and then Booking Koala failed. They got a big F.
yeah, yeah, they did. So that's our 2 cents.
Right. Um, Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, we will.